Alright, welcome back to a weekly episode. We got a real treat for you AI and robot heads out there. Apparently this company called 1X is making a robot that you can train as well.
Neo robot,
right.
specifically.
Yeah.
That's the name of the robot, if you're wondering.
Yeah, a robot you can train to do chores around your house, and it comes preloaded with some things that it actually can do, but the more complex the task, you have to pay for this subscription service that where you can schedule a guy to remotely control it in another country which this is probably what is going to go to Indian companies where they can pay these motherfuckers like 20 cents a day.
You basically will get to have an actual slave in your home. It does come in several different colors, so you can get one in black.
Yeah.
So, if just for the real experience. But the way that this shit is supposed to work is the way that AI typically works is you actually have to teach it. It has to learn first in order to actually be able to, in practice, do things. That's how all the language models work. If it gives you a bad response, you tell it it's shitty. You delete the bad ones, you keep the good ones, you keep learning from there. And apparently they so say this thing is supposed to be autonomous, completely autonomous, but it's not all the way there yet. And so they're going to need training data. And one way to do that is going to be from people remotely piloting these robots. So with a subscription service, you may literally end up winding up with an Indian person being paid cents on the dollar to actually operate the robot to do most of the things around your house. Like, it might be able to water some plants, bring you a coffee, open the door, but more complex things like actually emptying your dishwasher or doing laundry, it doesn't seem to quite be there yet. Like, it seems like they have other robots out there that are, but this one is going to be the first commercially available robot, but it appears that you may need to actually purchase the subscription service for this robot to be piloted by a person to actually be your little slave that'll take care of everything around your house. So it doesn't look like it's going to be completely autonomous. But I guess we'll go ahead and show you a little bit of what's going on with it real quick.
Yeah, so here's a little bit about this guy talking about it. And he's going to show some of the specs of it. So it'll sneak up on you and kill you. Yeah, see, like 4 hours of soft body, that's why I got the fucking...
It's engineered from the ground up for safety. Its tendon-driven body is quiet and lightweight. Its low-energy motions make it uniquely safe for you and your home. But safe doesn't mean limited. Neo's hardware comes packed with features like
Yeah, this definitely doesn't look creepy at all, by the way, with the fucking eyes.
It actually doesn't look too creepy. It looks...
I don't like that,
level dexterity
like
and a 55-pound carrying capacity so that it can handle any of your chores reliably. We also worked really hard to make Neo's design friendly and comfortable to be around. Each Neo comes with a machine-washable knit suit, a head, and shoes that you can customize to fit your style. As for using your Neo, we made the experience simple. Out of the box, the core of your experience is fully autonomous. The chores feature lets you schedule a time for your Neo to do all of your chores so you can come back to a cleaner home every day. With the AI companion feature, you can talk to your Neo to get assistance with anything from a hard question to a household task. With Neo's autonomy, you can get access to all of its latest AI features to get help with tasks on demand. And the Neo app lets you interact with your Neo from anywhere. But
pricing model is what I wanted to see.
$20K.
But all you have to do to get started is turn on your Neo and introduce yourself.
But it was another thing about it that I wanted to see. But hold up, I'll look it up real quick.
Hey, I'm Neo. I'm here to help around the house. What's your name?
Harry.
Nice to meet you, Harry. When you have a question or want something done, just let me know.
See, this is where it's right here. Yeah, the standard is a monthly subscription. Yeah, the monthly subscription is a standard. and then like it's got like a 20-year thing. But what I want to know is like, is it is it a monthly like subscription, like you pay for the thing on the month, or is it like? Well, no, because what's the $20,000 for then?
The $20,000 is for the object itself. The $500 a month is for the actual subscription for the robot. You have an Xbox, you buy an Xbox, you don't get Xbox Live, you gotta pay for Xbox Live on top of your Xbox. That's what it's like. So you can have the thing itself, but if you want the subscription service, you gotta pay $500 a month.
Oh, so. No, look, how does the subscription option work? You pay for having and using a Neo at home. At the end of your subscription, you may extend it or return it. I think, yeah, you rent it for $500 a month, or you keep it for $20,000.
Oh, okay, so you
and it all
rent. Okay,
stays.
so you can rent the motherfucker, or you can just straight out outright buy it.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. See, that's why I was a little bit confused about it, because like it doesn't say anything about a subscription also being included with a $20,000 a month, $20,000 option. But yeah, this is the fucking thing
okay,
here.
so
That's pretty much it. As
Now-
far as what we wanted to show.
Now, but here's the thing that I'm really curious about. If you have a robot that can be piloted by somebody else, like if you pay somebody to suck your dick, that's against the law. But if you pay somebody to control a robot to suck your dick, is it still prostitution? So this might be like a multi-million-dollar idea here. You know?
Well, I'm glad you thought about it that way. I was more concerned with the possible privacy intrusion that this would cause, because
It'll
they
be a
are
massive
gonna
privacy intrusion.
They are going to collect your data from this. But I'm glad you're thinking about getting your dick sucked.
Yeah,
First of all, prostitution is way cheaper than $20K or $500 a month.
Well, if you're the guy, if you have like, you get a loan, you buy a bunch of robots, and then, you know, you have the robots be piloted by some people that are sucking dicks, you could probably recoup all of your money, and then you're making profit eventually. You know, you gotta think about it from the perspective of a businessman.
I'm sure. But yeah, what this basically means is they have to collect your data, and the fucking owner even came out and said, like, yeah, we have to collect your data to make the product better. You know, this seems like this would be cool for like medical purposes. Like, you know, you have a few of these around the hospital and they move in conjunction with one another, or you maybe have one of them do a select amount of tasks, specific tasks, like, you know, document inventory, or fucking go get medicine and stuff like that, so long as it can move a little bit faster than what it's been looking like. Yeah, you have this motherfucker in this dressed up like a Yeezy shoe, and he'll go about the hospital day. Yeah, it looks comfortable. I'm glad that's where we stand with this. But no, I kind of prefer the faceless one that had the like little glass shield. That looked a lot cooler than this one. Those fucking beady little eyes on top of the featureless face, that just creeps me the fuck out, man.
You're talking about the Tesla.
I'm talking. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a completely different company.
It showed. I thought it showed a picture of some. I guess those were just comparisons. But whatever. I know I know Tesla makes a different one as well. I'm just saying in comparison for aesthetic, I don't really like this one.
This one, I don't know, man. From what I'm understanding too, based on more of the research that I saw, that this thing it's going to be autonomous to some degree, but not fully autonomous, and you know you're going to have a person pilot it sometimes for the the data, and then on top of that, it's gonna be around your house looking at everything, like that's a pretty big privacy intrusion.
I went back to the video to make sure that if my comment was still there. Yeah, I had put personally, I'm gonna make Chappie 2 with it.
Yeah, Chappie's a good movie.
Yeah, but I was thinking about this. I was like, what if you could teach this nigga to load the K and shit like that and go commit bank robberies?
I know about this already. So there are fail safes. I've done a little bit of research on it. There are fail safes to where it can't pick up anything sharp, and it can't pick up any like a firearm or anything. Like, I don't know, it's something built into the system. Like, even if somebody were to be piloting your your robot, if there were a gun on the counter and somebody were to reach to grab the gun, the AI that's already integrated in the system blocks you from actually being able to do it.
Nah, that's
so
fucking...
they figured that out. Like, you know, could you grab a gun with it? No, there's some sort of AI mechanism blocking it. It already recognizes dangerous items and shit like that. But I bet you it can't recognize every dangerous item.
A pair of brass knuckles, it picks it up. I'm like, hey, hold it like this. Now hit somebody with it.
Yeah, you can't have this thing standing outside of your front door with an AK-47. At least not
standing
yet.
sentry outside your house, back and forth.
Yeah.
I was thinking about that. I was thinking about getting them one of the costume, jewelry, gold chains, because I could very much get one of these things. I'm fucking not, but get a costume gold chain around it. And give it fucking basically tattoos, dress it up in some of our clothes, and have it fucking walking back and forth up and down the block with an airsoft rifle or some shit.
Yeah.
I think that would be pretty fucking cool.
I'm glad we're thinking along the lines of how do we fuck it and how do we weaponize it. Like, that's the first things that we're.
Well, I just thought it'd be funny to see a robot walking up and down the street with a gun.
Maybe terrifying to some people who've never seen a robot with a gun before.
Yeah.
But I think that
have him walk around and play as my security guard.
Yeah. I think that the Tesla bot, that's not out either, but I think that one is way more sophisticated than this shit. Like, they got some stuff that coming down the pipeline that are just crazy. And there's a bunch of other companies with some insane ass robots too. This one, it being the first commercially available one, from what I understand, it's really low quality. I'd like to actually have people have this motherfucker for a couple months and then to come out and actually give a review on it, so that way we can better see what we're getting, because it's not completely clear all the things that this thing is capable of doing autonomously, or the things that it has to actually be piloted to do. But I'm imagining they believe that sometime in 2026, I guess with all the training data, you know, it'll have learned enough to be far more sophisticated in all of its standard household chores and shit. But what I do think is crazy is we're like actually finally getting into the future and shit. Like, I think Tesla, it operates by some sort of an AI. I think it might even be Grok. So you can literally have a full-on the robots. You can have a full-on conversation. Yeah, you could have conversations with these robots, and you could, I guess.
If Grok's in there, you definitely will.
Grok is gonna be sing-howling in your fucking kitchen and shit.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a little crazy, but yeah, it came a little bit faster. Maybe we'll get Rosie the fucking robot pretty soon too. It's gonna be like have its own propulsion system, and it's gonna zip around and do all kinds of shit. And we'll be able to have apartments in the sky and not high rises. Don't be a smart ass in the comment section. And we'll be able to have flying cars, and we'll drop our wives and children out of escape pods at the bottom of our flying car, and then grab our wife's arms whenever we try to give her some money, and then she grabs our wallet instead.
I think that these robots would be great for.
Do you even get that reference, by the way?
The Jetsons.
Okay.
Yeah, I've seen the Jetsons.
For no reason.
I've seen the Jetsons. Yeah, I'm familiar. But I think that I think that these robots would be fantastic for maybe like people men who commit domestic abuse. We could give them robot wives. And they could be like a normal wife, you know, like we can get them real sophisticated, they look like a real person and everything, and, you know, when the robot wife is like, hey honey, can you take out the trash? Like, he can just go beat the fuck out of her in front of all of his friends and everything, and, you know, it'll be completely okay. Like, they'd just be like, oh my god, is she crying? It's like, yeah, this thing's fucking realistic. But, you know, there's a lot of different things we could do.
Yeah, what a nice conversation. We could fuck it, we could
give
it guns, and
give
now
it guns.
we could have it stand in substitution for a woman during a domestic abuse dispute. Thank you, Brock.
Yeah. The possibilities really are endless here in the future. I think that it's going to be getting crazy out there.
Oh, and it might be able to work in hospitals or some dumb shit.
Yeah, I'm
not too really concerned with that one, but the three before that.
It might
maybe
be able
that's...
to give you a blood transfusion, something fucking gay and useless like that, probably. We don't, whatever,
Yeah.
I guess, if that's what you're interested in, you know. It,
Yeah, I don't really have much more to say about this. Don't buy this dumb shit. Like,
we'll wait on it. I don't know. Like it might get good. Don't buy it. I wouldn't buy this out the gate like this. I bet you there's a lot of shit that, because even the guy, whenever I was watching it, he was like, well, when you buy it, you know, you're signing a social contract. Be aware of the social contract. We have a contract that you got to adhere to. Anytime somebody's bringing up a contract like that, you know that there's something going on. There's going to be something that you're like, well, this wasn't really what I thought was a part of the plan here or the deal. There's going to be some things. So I think that it's coming out at the end of this year or something. If it's not out already, we need to get some people to throw some reviews out there. I don't know.
it's got a little bit over a month to come out. If that's what it's going to do, if it's going to come out before the year's out. Yeah, get this as a Christmas present. I'm sure everyone will love it.
Yeah,
I don't have too much else to say.
Yeah, me neither. I guess I would go ahead and just, you know, leave it at that.
Yeah.
Fucking robots.
Not a very active week.
Not a very active week. You know, it wasn't really too much things I could really think of. Usually there's a lot going on. Lately it was, I don't know, just this and, I don't know, there was a fucking terrorist got elected in New York or something like that. I don't know.
Fuck out with that shit. Like, I don't know shit about Iran. I don't even want to talk about that. I don't live in New York. Fuck them.
Yeah, I don't live in New York either. Well, don't be mean to Muslims like that, John.
I guess. Yeah.
Alright, well, see ya.
Yeah.